So today's video is going to be about holding space. Holding space is a lot different than giving your energy to somebody else, right? Holding space and then holding someone else's heaviness, holding someone else's energy are two very different things. And a lot of times when we think we're holding space for somebody, we're actually giving our energy, our space to them. And that's not what holding space is, right? So the first thing in regards to holding space is to know what's yours and what's not. And in order to do that, you need to be grounded, right? You need to know that I am rooted, I am grounded. And so for me personally, every time I ground myself, I visualize the center of my being. So you can visualize your solar plexus or a seed in the center of you, right? And roots going through the sacral and then the root chakra down your legs, your feet, soles of your feet to the earth, right? I do that process. That's a process that I learned. And sometimes I visualize my entire body as like a little teardrop seed, like sinking down into the earth. And that really helps me get grounded and to just feel hugged. And once I'm grounded, and this is just grounding and centering, and I personally believe that we should all make this part of our daily routine, because I was actually talking about it today. I think I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it in the Scorpio February 2022 Patreon reading. How we are, all of us, everything on the planet has seasons, right? Not just our body, but our minds, our emotions, everything goes in a cycle. And our minds now are constantly being stimulated with light, with screens, with phones, with sound, all of these things. And so to ground yourself, to turn everything off, to allow yourself that time and that space to come home to you, allows you to learn and get accustomed to what your energy is, who you are energetically, right? Energetically speaking. And it will also allow you to learn how to release tension and stress from the physical body, because you're going to become more aware of what you're holding in the physical body, because you're not constantly going. And at first, it is a practice, right? At first, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't sit here for 5 minutes. My mind is going. How can I just turn my mind off? Well, you can't turn your mind off, right? Would you like to turn your liver off? What about your kidneys? How about the heart? You can't turn things off. It's an entire machine. It's all always running. But it's your machine to control. You're the user. You're in control of it. And you need to tell yourself that right now I am grounded. Right now I am peace. Right now I'm flushing all unwanted, unneeded, harmful energy into the earth. So once you're grounded and you call that earth energy up, right? You open yourself up. You align yourself. Personally, I open each chakra one by one by visualizing earth energy, whatever color you want. To me, it changes depending on where I am on my path at that time, right? And I'll then open up my crown, allow white light to enter, and then it's sky to earth, earth to sky, the two great polarities in balance, right? The higher consciousness and Mother Earth, okay? Because everything has a polarity. Above, below, masculine, feminine, yin and yang, positive, negative. You understand? Okay. So now you're sitting in your energy. You're aware of your energy. And this is where we get into shielding. You visualize what is your energy, okay? So right now I'll visualize my shield. Typically I sit in a ball of white light. A lot of times it's gold though too. And I allow myself to detach from everything, and I can just be. And when you get to this place, you're going to start to feel your hands tingle, right? You're going to start to feel the energy start to move. For me, my ears get heavy. Like my ears will get heavy because that's when I know that like energetically I'm kind of like lifting out of body. And my hands will get heavy and my ears get heavy, and then it moves up to the top of my head, and then I'll leave body, right? And so that's the process that I personally will go through to come into my own energy. Now, when I hold space for another person, I'm not giving them any of that. That's mine. You don't get that. They don't get that. He don't get that. She don't get that. The dog don't even get that. That's mine. No touchy. No touchy. It's mine. Like, higher self, come back down. That's me. You're mine. And I will literally do that. Like, if I'm done with readings and I'm struggling to get myself back grounded again, I'll visualize myself like pulling my higher self back into my body. Like doing movements like that, like visually, like connecting yourself. Just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't there, right? Air, just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't there. Wind, guess they're kind of the same thing, but you get my point, right? Right, cool. Anyway, so holding space for another person, this is like, so for instance, if, I'll just be honest, I was at a funeral the other day, and so I was holding a lot of space. And all I did was I allowed myself to be that channel, the two polarities, right? I visualized the white light, but I had that ball around me. That's my personal energy, right? That's my shield. That's my personal shield. Your shield is just for your energy. Your sacred space is going to be the room you're in or the area you're working in if you're doing spiritual work like tarot or Reiki or some shit like that, okay? So I didn't have a sacred space because I was about to hold space for somebody, you know? I could hold space in a Reiki session. That's fine. You can have a sacred space. I'm not saying you can't. Anyway, I digress. In this situation, it didn't apply, though, because I was at a funeral. So it was just kind of like the entire space. So I allowed myself to be a channel. I had my shield, but I called on the divine to allow me to have pink light, like light of love, right? To hold space. I allowed myself to be a conduit of that energy. I'm not giving my white or gold light out there. I'm not going to deplete my energy to give it to other people. That's not selfish. That's self-preservation. You're calling on the divine to allow you to give love, to hold space, to give emotional support to the collective, to other people in the room, right? I'm being that conduit. By me having that intention of saying, I want to hold space for these people. They're struggling. I want to share love, compassion, empathy, kindness with them. Allow me to be a channel of this divine energy for these people here, right? And then visualizing that energy coming down through your hands, through your chest, or just all through you and you radiating that. The key to that, though, is imagining it coming from the divine down through your crown and then radiating through you. Versus sitting there thinking like, okay, forget that part. I'm just going to radiate it. You're just like, you're giving all of yourself. Then you're giving all of your love, all of your, I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, but then when you wonder why you're energetically depleted, it's because you're giving your energy. You're not holding space. You're giving energy. You're just, hey, here, let me pour my cup into you. Yep, here's everything I have. You can have it. Self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice. Oh, I got nothing left for myself. Why can I not ground myself? Why can I not distinguish between my ego and my intuition? Why can I not read tarot properly? Why do I feel disconnected from my higher power? Why do I feel like I don't have the energy to work out? Why do I feel like I just want to eat junk food and just all these things that are not typical, right? Because you're depleting yourself energetically. Depleting, withering away, blue. Yeah, stop that. Stop. Allow yourself to be a conduit, right? A conduit of energy. Allow it to flow through you. Flow through you. And when you're done holding space, you allow it to flush through you, right? You use that light to flush and cleanse you of any energies that try to come and attach to you. So visualize that pink light washing all over the front, the back, and the sides of your body, right? Cleansing all parts of you. Allowing it to wash away any people, clients, energies that want to attach to you, because this is not theirs to attach to. It is yours. It is all yours. And it's yours to take care of. It's yours to protect. And then you thank your higher power, whatever label you'd like to put on it. Thank you for allowing me to hold space for these people. Thank you for allowing me to be this conduit of energy, to provide this room with peace and grace and love and a sense of safety and security and compassion and empathy, right? I'm so grateful for our connection. I'm so grateful for all that you allow me to share with the people around me and the people that I encounter. that exchange of gratitude allows you to be not only a powerful conduit, but allows your frequency to raise. But the key is to not express gratitude for those things. It's to express gratitude because you genuinely mean it. It's like, damn, like, that was awesome. Like, feeling that, like, feeling like, holy shit, I'm radiating so much positive energy right now. This is crazy. And you're just sitting there and you're just like, I literally was just sitting there, like, on the sofa in the corner, and I was just like, they don't even know. They don't know. They'll never know. Like, what's that voiceover on, like, TikToks and Instagram? They'll never know. Are they gonna know? They'll never know. And they never know unless they watch this video. I was just sitting there just like, meow, meow, radiating. Just radiating. It's a great feeling too. It's a great feeling because then you embody that. Because you're embodying that too. Because it's working through you. So you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is like an awesome feeling. Like, it's just like euphoric. So that's how you hold space. You hold space, and you're holding it for another person. Now, if you can hold space when you hug somebody too. Like, if you don't want to hold space for an actual, like, room, like an actual space, you just want to hold space for an individual, you can do that too. Like, I do that a lot with, like, people I'm close with. Like, if I hug somebody and I can tell that, like, I guess it would be like kind of like telepathy. Like, it's like we're talking, but we're not talking. So I guess, yeah, it'd be like telepathy. I do that a lot with my boyfriend. And I won't need to say anything, but it's like just this energy of holding space, like just hugging, and then we'll just be like, you already know what I'm doing right now. Because then all of a sudden the hug gets tighter, and I'm like, you know what I'm doing. Because you're just exchanging, you're just immediately calling on this, allowing to douse this person with love and gentleness and just a feeling of support. Like, it's knowing that as much as their face and their physical body might be expressing, like, yeah, I'm fine, everything's good. If you intuitively know, like, something's up, like, just, I love you. Like, I love you. Just hold space. And in turn, you're going to realize, like, the universe is always providing. The universe always, because people are going to start holding space for you. And you're gonna feel it, and the universe is gonna start just showering you with these amazing things because you're expressing compassion and empathy for other people. You're realizing that everybody's going through something. Everybody's always on a journey, on a lesson of discovering who they are. It's not necessarily healing. It's not healing because you're not broken. There's nothing to heal. You're learning more about yourself, and at times it's difficult. And it calls for surrender and acceptance and detachment and seeing things, people, and situations and ourselves with fresh eyes and an open heart. And that means overcoming a lot of past experiences. And a lot of times, especially in our relationships, we might have attachment to wanting the people in our lives to overcome their hurt, their pain in a certain way, because we found it best in our life to overcome our pain, our trauma in this way. But they are not you, and you are not them. Okay, so when we talk about allowing somebody to have the freedom to heal in the way that they want to heal, yes, people are going to want to heal in the way that they want to heal, and we cannot have expectations about them doing it the way that we heal because we are not the same person, okay? Now, are there proven programs and protocols and steps for certain situations that work best and are scientifically proven to benefit people and help them get on track with their most healthy version of themselves? Of course. I am not by any means saying that people should not go and explore those programs or those steps, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Or not go talk to a support group or a counselor or even a rehab center. Things, I'm just going to freaking say it, right? Or a 12-step program. Like, things like that have proven to be successfve. They've proven to be successful for a reason. right? So I don't want anybody to be like, oh my gosh, this chick online said that I should have the freedom to heal how I want to heal. I don't want anybody using this video as an excuse to basically have their ego attached to the video as a way to avoid addressing the fact that they are scared to step outside their comfort zone and make radical change in their own life, to hold space for themselves when things are difficult. Because that's the thing, holding space for yourself, saying that, okay, right now I need to trust. Right now I need to surrender. Right now I need to release control. And right now I'm calling on that supportive white light, or that grounding green light, or that loving pink light to meet my own needs. I don't need to seek validation externally. I'm enough as I am. I don't need to go to that crutch or that substance or that person or that place, right? I can be all that I need right here with myself, and I can hold space for me in a healthy way, okay? And I have resources, I have people, and I have support systems that love me, and I have steps I can take for me. I don't want anybody using this video as a reason to be like, oh my God, this girl said that I could heal in my own way. If like you're being asked to entertain a way of healing that you've never entertained, like if you're being asked to entertain therapy or a program and you're just frightened to fear, false evidence appearing real, there comes a place where we need to accept if it's really our fear or if it's truly our intuition. Fear is ruled by the ego, the comfort zone, the circle, right? And when you get so close to breaking that comfort zone, that's when it gets the most difficult. That's when your ego is going to scream the loudest, when your fear, your insecurities, your limiting beliefs are going to be shouting at you as loud as they possibly can. And that's when you need to hold the most space for yourself and reassure yourself, you know what? This is when the shakeup happens. This is when I become the new me. This is when my comfort zone expands. This is where I become stronger, more resilient, wiser, and a better version of myself. And you might need to remind yourself that every day, because I know there's been points in my life where I've had to, and that's okay, because that's the process of holding space for yourself. That's the process of loving yourself. Holding space for yourself is not the same as shielding yourself. Holding space for yourself is saying, you know what? Today's for me. Today's for me. Today, I choose to be peace. I choose to move slowly because I'm really not in a rush. It's recognizing that, why do I feel that I need a rush everywhere? Why do I feel that I need to look or present myself in a certain way? Why do I fear judgment on a stupid social media app from people I don't even know? Why do I care? Why would I care? Because somebody passing judgment is just their own ego projecting their own insecurities onto you. So if anything, you should hold space for them and say, I'm sorry that your judgments are mirroring back to you the parts of yourself that you can't accept. Right? Learn to hold space for yourself. Learn to ask for help. Learn to be gentle and kind with yourself. Holding space for yourself means allowing yourself the time and the physical space and energetic space and emotional, mental space to be alone and to feel safe being alone. Because being alone is not a bad thing. We are not meant to be stimulated and bombarded all the time 24/7. Connection's healthy. But a healthy connection with yourself is what allows you to have healthy connections with other people. So, let's do it together, right? We'll be accountability buddies. Comment down below if you have any questions, because I know I covered a lot more than holding space. I tried to stay on topic, but I know this is going to be kind of like a struggle, because as our new North Node is in Taurus, there's people who are going to be detaching. Taurus is Empress energy, right? So the collective is working on detaching from unhealthy attachments, because we're working to get away. Because, okay, Taurus as the North Node represents the Empress. Empress represents divine feminine energy. which means that we are healing distorted feminine energy. Distorted feminine energy rules attachment, codependency, addiction, basically like devil energy, okay? It's a lack of boundaries, a lack of love of self, self-sacrificing, which is why we're talking about holding space in a healthy way. Don't give your energy to other people. Keep your energy. Be a conduit. There's an infinite amount of energy in the world. There's an infinite amount of money. There's an infinite amount of resources, right? And I know that's debatable if you're talking in a 3D way about like, oh my gosh, but the food, right? We're not going to feed into that. That's not what I'm referencing. We're not going to get into that. I'm saying in regards to like manifestation, your connection with the divine, your connection with your higher self, whatever labels you'd like to put on it, those resources that you have to call on to create the reality you most want to create. Okay? Be your own superhero. But be mindful not to tap into that excessive independence that all I need is me. Because that's not what we're doing. We're learning the balance of I can have a healthy relationship with myself, and okay, now I will allow you to have access to me because I'm ready to spend time with people, you know, because I feel at home in myself. I feel good and I feel calm, you know. Give yourself that space. Give yourself that space. And if you're overstimulated, don't be afraid to say, hey, I need a few days to myself. I need a few days to just go to the gym, to be outside, to meditate, to eat some good food, to just walk outside in the sunshine by myself, to not be on my phone, not have headphones in, to just listen to the noise that is the world. Boundaries, healthy feminine energy, hold space for you, for the people around you. Ground yourself, drink water. I love you, and I'll see you next time.